All right, Jesse on fire. Welcome back to the channel. Now, I want to talk about Jorge Masvidal and Kamaru Usman real quick, okay? Because everybody is acting like this fight is off. You know, like, the fight's off. What's going on? You know, I really thought we were going to get that fight. Jeez. And, like, I mean, come on. And it's like, okay, wait, why do you guys think it's off? It's like, well, Kamaru Usman, he went on Twitter and he said he's not feeling generous anymore. And then Jorge Masvidal responded and said, see, when you want us, you know, I wanted to get a full fight camp and you wouldn't do it. So you're a little baby, Kamaru. I guess that means the fight's off. And I'm like, is this your first, like, minute watching UFC? That in no way indicates the fight's off, okay? Like, I'm not feeling that generous. And Jorge says, yeah, he's a punk. Oh, fight's off. Fight's off. You know, fight's off. I guess it's not happening. Just, it's over, okay? Grow up, okay? Grow up. This is the game. Okay, maybe the first offer that Kamaru got, he was like, oh yeah, he's like, I'm not feeling that generous anymore, you know, like, I'm not going to fight this guy just for this amount of money. He could have been directing that at the UFC. And then Jorge just responds on, they're on Twitter, dude. Do you understand the moving parts here? Okay, UFC makes an offer, you know, the guy sees it and goes, you know, when you're the champion, you have a lot of leverage, so you can say things like that. You're like, I don't know. You know, in all honesty, this offer doesn't really move me. You know, I mean, I would love to do the Jorge Masvidal fight because you got to understand, okay, let me actually rewind, okay? What you have to understand about this particular situation is that everyone involved wants this fight to happen. Everyone. Every single person involved, including UFC as an organization, okay? So let's just talk about incentives. This is how we know this fight's probably going to happen. I'm not going to throw down any kind of certainty on anything anymore, but let me tell you why I think this fight's going to happen, okay? Everything, the whole world, okay? If you've ever heard of the book or movie Freakonomics, watch it. All it tells us is that everything moves on incentives. Human decisions are what drives every single outcome in the world, and humans make decisions based on their incentives, okay? If you start looking at the world that way, you will start to be able to see the world the way that I do, and you won't need me to kind of translate it for you, okay? So, like, Kamaru Usman, his best case scenario is to fight Jorge Masvidal, a dude he's already beat, because Jorge Masvidal is going to make the pay-per-view buys go through the roof. So it's an easier fight than other options for the most amount of money, which is also going to hype him up. And then he also gets to do TUF, you know, the Ultimate Fighter. And I'm going to come back to why that's huge for Kamaru Usman, okay? Jorge Masvidal is going to do a lot of pay-per-view buys, but he's going to do a lot more if he's fighting for the title, and his goal is to fight for the title. So there you go. Both these guys, best case scenario. The UFC, okay, Kamaru Usman is the champion. He is a part of the next fight no matter what, okay? So what's your best case scenario? Is to make the most pay-per-view buys the next time he fights, which is Jorge Masvidal. In addition to that, okay, if you get these guys on the Ultimate Fighter, what that does is it helps you promote Kamaru Usman, who, if you're Dana White and the UFC, you look, you're like, geez, this guy's never going to lose. Like, this guy's, we need to pump up his profile because he doesn't look like he's going to lose. So he's going to be headlining fights. So let's pump his profile up as much as possible. So we get him on the Ultimate Fighter and boom, people start connecting with him because they get to watch him behind the scenes as opposed to him just being this workhorse that goes in and then demolishes the opponents, okay? Like, people need to connect with people's personalities if they really want to get involved. Why do you think Jorge Masvidal is such a huge star? Why do you think Conor McGregor is such a huge star? Why do you think that Nate Diaz is such a huge star? Like, do all of them have really similar fighting styles? No. Okay, I mean, there's some similarities, but they're connected to him because they love their personality. So the Ultimate Fighter gives them the ability to promote Kamaru as a personality. Okay, that's what. So obviously, let's get. And who else do we got? Geez, I don't know. Malky, who represents Jorge Masvidal. Gee, I wonder if he wants that fight. And then, Ali Abdelaziz. I wonder if he wants that fight. Okay, everyone involved wants that fight. So the fight's probably going to happen. And if you're basing your opinion that it's not going to happen on Kamaru Usman going, I'm not feeling generous anymore, you're like, oh, jeez. I really thought we were going to get that one. Grow up, okay? Grow up. Unless it says, press release, Kamaru Usman will now be fighting someone who is not Jorge Masvidal at UFC 264, then hello, that doesn't mean the fight's off, okay? It just means they're playing the game, negotiating. Come on. This is all, I mean, look, if you're a fighter and a fighter's manager, this is your entire life, okay? Train for fights and fight, right? There's that side of it. Then there's, if you're in a position of leverage like Kamaru Usman, there's get the first offer, reject the first offer, okay? Like, that's it. Like, or, you know, I just don't think I'm going to fight anymore. You could do the Henry Cejudo, which, by the way, let me just mention that. I could put this in a whole other video, but I'm going to give you guys a bonus for watching this far because I've made this entertaining, okay? I'm going to give you a bonus for watching this far, and I'm going to tell you what Triple C has done and what it has represented for the company. Okay, so Triple C tried to do this thing. Like, so we were just talking about reject the first offer. So Triple C's like, I've got the belt 135 and 125, so I'll just retire. They're going to have to offer me a lot more money to get me to come back, because who do they got at 125, 135? Huge miscalculation. Huge miscalculation. And the UFC goes, oh, well, guess what? We don't negotiate with terrorists. So you go ahead and you run off, dog. Okay, go run off. Because that's basically what Cejudo was trying to do. He's trying to do, negotiation terrorism, where like he wins both belts and he's like, I'm just not going to fight unless you guys pay me a lot. They're all, oh. And the point is, the United States doesn't negotiate with terrorists. It's about setting a precedent, right? So if, a group of terrorists, they like kidnap a football team, and then you pay them a bunch of money to get the team back. What that does is sets precedent that we negotiate with people who kidnap people. That's why you don't do it, okay? So with Henry Cejudo, I'm just going to retire. They're not going to pay him more money. That's why they won't pay John Jones more money either. Because if they reward them for that behavior, every single star is going to do it, okay? So they'll just be like, okay, the greater good. I mean, like, we'd love to see you fight, John Jones. Here's the thing. The clock's running out for you, buddy. You've only got so many years that you can fight. UFC has all the time in the world, and there's always another star. So if you want to play the retirement game, you go ahead and do that, my man. You go ahead and do that. Oh, Triple C. Yeah, I mean, things were looking very promising for you. Couple title defenses. You were really coming into your own. Those pay-per-view back-end points were really going to start working. But hey, listen, man, if you want to sit out for a while, that's your prerogative. We'll just move on. Oh, look, Figueiredo, another star. Look at what happened. Oh, 135 pounds. Basically the most stacked division ever. But yeah. Enjoy retirement, Triple C. Now, if I were them, I would have given Triple C the Volkanovski fight, because that would have been a bonanza. At least, I don't know, maybe that's a hardcore talking. Like, I would have died for that fight. I would have been so excited. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. So anybody who thinks that this fight's not going to happen just based on what you've seen, silly, okay? Now, also, I'm about to do another video on Jesse on Everything, and this one is going to be serious. It's going to be about Tiger Woods, okay? So Tiger Woods obviously got in a serious car accident, rolled his car, got his legs crushed, probably may never compete ever again. This is a really, really serious injury that he has. It sounds like multiple full breaks in his legs. So I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about drug addiction. I want to talk about that struggle that he's faced, my own experience with it. Well, I mean, I'll give you, some broad strokes, just so that you understand this is something I know about, and especially as an athlete, okay? Like, it's not something that's recent in my life or anything like that, but I understand what the effect is, and I could tell, I knew exactly what was going on with Tiger Woods the whole time when he was out, and I could tell when he got sober, and I was like, dude, he's going to come back. He did. I just had heard that he was getting back surgery again. I was like, fuck, that's not good, because you know what back surgery means? Pills, okay? Back surgery, here, take this for pain, boom, okay? If you're an addict, if you're a pill addict, you can't take one. Like, you can't take one. You may as well, if you're a legitimate like Oxy or Norco addict or whatever, okay, and you take one of those things, you may as well just fast forward yourself 6 months to and you've been taking them every single day for 6 months. That is what's going to happen. That is the way the human brain works. It's very sad, and now he may have paid the ultimate price athletically. Because he very clearly was fried at this interview. Anyway, I'm stepping on my video. If you want to watch that video, it's going to be on Jesse on Everything. I would encourage you guys to watch it, even if you think that you don't like that channel, which I wouldn't understand, because people think I'm talking politics over there. I'm not on a side. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm playing referee, son. I'm playing referee. So anyway, if you like this content, subscribe, share it with your friends, and then give that Tiger Woods video a look. I love you guys.